Hey everybody, welcome back to Three Sport. Flipping over to the offensive side of the ball here a little bit. We've handled a lot of skill position things tonight, and I want to talk about an offensive player's receiver. I want to be able to get our receivers in a stance and in position to where they can be explosive off the ball. They understand how they fit into the route, what they're doing to make sure we can choreograph and time our passing game if we want to throw to this guy, okay? So number one on the list, if you're a receiver, we're going to pretend like the ball's right there, right where you're at looking at us, okay? So LJ, in this position, we almost always are going to have our inside foot forward, okay? So if the ball's in there, obviously the right foot's forward, okay? Why do we do that? Because you're eventually going to be told how many steps you're going to take to run a route, that you want to get to a 7th or 9th step to run a post, or 12th to run a curl. I know a lot of times we give the receivers distances to run. I would highly encourage that you use steps to mark out how you're going to throw the ball to your receiver. It typically has a chance to get your whole receiver group on the same page a little bit better than distances, because some kids don't get to that distance as fast as others, okay? So we use steps, and that times out with the steps of our quarterback to make sure that we can all kind of be on the same timing to throw the ball. So our inside foot is forward, all right? We're gonna have about, 3/4 of our weight is gonna be on our front foot. So I really wanna lean that knee out over the toe and get this one back a little bit. Go ahead and get it back a little further. I want about 75% on that front foot, okay? Eyes are up. We always want to pull and engage our core and our stance, right? And being strong coming out of our stance. If we're relaxed. If we're lazy and too relaxed, all right, we pretty much are going to have to move another direction, engage to get ourselves going. All right, so get back in there. All right, inside foot forward, and that looks pretty good there. What do you do with your hands? Hey, we've seen it all, right? But we want ready hands. When you're younger, nobody's going to be standing right here, okay? You're just going to be able to run off the football. Older you get, the closer guys are going to get to you, and we're going to have to talk about getting away from those guys. So we just want to have ready positions here. Now, how fast can we get to top speed in a 2-step move, okay? So let's address a couple things here. Nothing better for a defensive back. If I'm playing defensive here, there's nothing better for this guy is if you only come off the ball hard on passing plays. Makes life an easy day. So you need to get tired as a receiver. As coaches, we need to make sure we're watching how much they work in practice so they can stay fresh and really get off the ball and it's taking care of their health and their legs so they can always come off. Eyes are always fixed in the same position off the ball. I can never tell in your first steps, 2 steps, as a defensive player, if it's run or pass. Now, that is, I'm always just marveled how I think hard that is, how we don't really pay attention to it. And they get in a game and they get tired and they forget to do those little things. So I think it's real simple. You're going to get these guys in this position right here as a coach, and all you're going to do is ask them to take 3 steps and be at full speed, right? Straight vertical speed release to get off the ball as quick as we can. So let's look at it. Here we go. Okay, good, just like that. Come back one more time. Now the last thing we'll address here is there can be no false footwork for that to happen, okay? And the easiest one is I'm too tall, and the first move I make is I sink down like that, right? Well, let's just go ahead and sink down. That way we don't have to worry about any of that extra movement. Or I run in place. My strides don't gain ground off the ball, and I take 3 steps and I haven't gone anywhere. You're pretty easy to guard if you do that. So make sure when you're lining your receivers up, they stay engaged, all right? We don't get lazy in what we're doing. We get in a power stance that's athletic, engage that core, be able to drive off the ball with our inside foot forward. And if a coach would ever switch your feet because we want to run a different route, you need to be ready to do that. So good athletic stance. Let's get off the ball and go make a play.